Hey friends, my name's Sam and thank you so much for watching another video. Today we're going to be working on this Game Boy Pocket. It works pretty well. The volume wheel and the contrast wheel I'm pretty sure are a little bit crackly, but they're easily cleaned. A little bit of isopropyl in there cleans it up nice. I don't know if the buttons work properly. I'm pretty sure they do. It's just that you have to press pretty hard for a couple of them. The motherboard just needs a really good clean, and if you look at the shell, it's pretty worn out. The front's not too bad. It has a couple little scratches and stuff on it, but the back's definitely like seen better days. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to open it up, give it a good clean so it all works properly, and then we're also going to give it a little paint job. I bought some paint. Should be a pretty close match to the silver that it is. We're going to reuse the original lens too because it's the silver one and it looks awesome. It's not too scratched up or anything. It's just around the edges of the actual shell that's a bit damaged. But yeah, so that's what we're going to do today. We're going to clean up the motherboard. We're going to give the shell a good paint job. The only issue when we're painting is that obviously we're going to lose the text on the start button, start and select button, and the A and B. I'm pretty sure you could probably get it reprinted on there or get a little sticker made up. We're just going to lose it all together, but it's not a big deal. I'm not going to sell this one or anything. It's going to be in my collection, and it's going to look better than it is now anyway. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. Clean up this Game Boy, give it a nice paint job, and it should look mint afterwards. So stick around, watch me do that, and please enjoy. Okay, so the first thing to do is to remove the 6 screws from the Game Boy. I do this using my Y 2.5-bit screwdriver. After that, the two pieces can be separated to reveal some hair and dirt, because there's always hair and dirt. The shield can be removed by unscrewing the 4 Phillips head screws. Using a small flathead bit, the tab holding down the battery terminal can be pushed down and out. The board is only held in by 3 Phillips head screws. Once they're removed, the board can be detached from the screen and lifted out. There's a nice collection of dust and grime here, but it's not as bad as what we're about to find. There it is, look at it! It's definitely the worst I've seen in a Game Boy before. So gross. The screen can be removed by gently twisting the shell, then catching a corner with the finger and lift it out. Normally you can just push out the lens from the other side and be done with it, but with these types of lenses you risk ruining the finish on the underside of the lens. I decided to heat it up with my pretty pink hairdryer to loosen the glue, then use a suction cup to pull out the lens. I also actively avoid touching the underside of the lens as they're easily scratched and can be a pain to clean. Now that it's all blown apart, it's time to give it a bath and scrub off the worst thumb juice I've ever seen. I'll be replacing the sticker with a new one after paint, as this one's seen better days. The slower you pull it off, the less chance you have of leaving behind any residue. I'm just giving it all a quick sand to scratch up the shell, giving the new paint something to stick to. I usually use 600 grit wet and dry sandpaper, but I'm using 800 here because I ran out. I'll also smooth out any of the lighter scratches so they won't be seen after paint. Any deeper scratches should be filled in with a little bit of body filler. I didn't think I'd need any, so I didn't buy any, but I really should have used some. Oh well, I know now for next time. After sanding, I wipe down the shell with some isopropyl alcohol on a cloth so the paint has a clean surface to stick to. I then wiped over the shell again after moving that side, and now we can start painting, which is by far the most fun part of this project. Always start with a very light first coat, and slowly get heavier with each coat. For even coverage, it's best to spray from different angles. While I wait for the paint to dry, I gave the board a good clean with some isopropyl alcohol. The shield can polish up nice with just a bit of glass cleaner and a cloth. I'm actually really surprised at how good this paint looks. I should have filled in some deeper scratches with a bit of body filler, but even then it looks miles better than it was. Now we can slap it all back together. Unfortunately, I didn't have a new serial number sticker. I tried to reuse the original one, but it just wouldn't stick. And there we go, just like that, we're all done, and it looks awesome. I'm actually really happy with how this one turned out. The paint turned out really nice. It's the silver was a lot more reflective than I thought it would be. You have to be careful when you're using silver paint because sometimes it can just be a bit tacky. It can look a little bit tacky, but this paint actually looks really nice, and it did a good job of matching the original paint. It's not obviously not quite as good because, well, that's the original paint's much better, but it's a pretty close second in my opinion anyway. The lens turned out pretty good as well. No scratches, well, not very many scratches on that. There is a small little line on the left-hand side of the screen because as I've removed the lens, it's left a little bit of the silver reflective paint behind, just a tiny bit. So it's a little bit discolored on the left side of the lens. But other than that, it all looks awesome. It's a little bit unfortunate that we're not able to keep the Start Select AB button print, but it's not a massive deal. You kind of know where the buttons are anyway, so it's not a big issue there. But anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please like, do the subscribes and all the things like that, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!